Hello, welcome back to Creeping and Colorful. Today is Backgrounds on a Budget. As I was scrolling through YouTube land, and actually I was going to do this last week, but then that other idea came up, and then when I went back to look for this one thing that I was looking for to try, I couldn't find it. So we're going to experiment with what I remember. I'm going to do it on these papers first, the 3 different kinds of markers, and I'm going to use Crayola Super Tips first. Then I'm going to use alcohol markers, and then I'm going to try acrylic markers, and we're going to see what happens with these. So I have a plastic baggie, and we're going to use this to do like that. So what I'm going to do is move this out of the way, and I'm going to test this out. You take this is the Super Tips we're going to do first. I'm going to see if I can bring you down closer. Get down in here with me. Okay, so I'm going to put some yellow on. Now you can't really see here, so you can better see. I'm pretty sure it'll show up a little bit. But I'm putting some marker down here. There's some yellow. I'm going to do green next. And then I'm going to do orange. And then I'm going to do blue on here. All right, we got 4 colors. Now I'm going to remove this so I can do a little magic here. Now what I want to do is take my spritz bottle and just wet it a little bit. And then I'm going to take this baggie, putting my hands in here. Oops, I dribbled on that side. I'm going to flop it over and just push it around on here and see what magic happens. And look at that pastel. I have a little too much water on there. Okay, get my rag out here. I'm going to dry this off so you can reuse your baggies. You just dry it off with a towel. And I'm going to dab up some of this. But that is our Super Tips. So I'm going to write on here Super Tips so we know which one it is. All right. We'll let that dry. And we'll go move on to, I'm going to get this big box out of the way here. We're going to move on to alcohol markers. I'm going to use the same baggie. I had different baggies, but it seems that it kind of works out. So these are alcohol markers. These are cheapy ones. I gotta try to open this up. These are always so hard to open. And we'll pick some colors. I'm gonna pick pink and purple colors. So I'll do this one. I think this is, oh my gosh, I can't even get them out of the pack. All right already. What the heck? Wonder why these won't come out. There we go. I'll do that one, and I'll do this one, and I'll do a blue. And we'll see how these turn out. I'm going to use the chisel in because it's a lot bigger to work with. There's the pink and the purple. Well, it's kind of the different color purple. And I'll use the blue. Okay, now my spritz bottle is, let me see if I can get it in a better, spritzy. Okay, I think I do it. I'm gonna go real high with this. There. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of water, but I just did some. And then I'm gonna take my hand, put it in here, and I'm gonna put it down and smoosh it around. Actually, I didn't smoosh this too well. There's another way of doing it. So you know the alcohol markers, you could reposition it. You could probably make it all crinkly too, and make different on the outside there. Let me get this. I'm gonna put that one to the side. Okay, so this one was alcohol. So then now we're going to move on to the last one to experiment with will be my acrylic markers. I'm going to use these ones over here. And what colors should we pick? I'm just going to randomly pick 3 colors. There's a blue in there. And I'm just going to quickly pick. Oh, that's white. I don't know what that will show. I'll do that color. Okay. Well, I'll do 3. That's fine. And we'll see how these fare out. And you could probably do this with saran wrap too. I just thought it was easier for me to do it this way. There's the blue, the green. You could probably do different things like little circles too, which I'll do here. Put a circle here, and a circle here, and we'll see what happens. This is all an experiment. Okay. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to squish once. Whoop! That made a mess. And squinch this up. Well, these don't work so well, do they? They're very light. Well, if you want a light background, that will work. Alrighty, put that one to the side. Where's my rag at? Okay, I lost my rag. That's not a good thing. Oh, there it is. I was sitting on it. Okay. That one's very light. That's acrylic. So we put acrylic. So those are the 3 different types of backgrounds you can come up with. This one's fairly dry already. That's the super tips are really colorful, and so are the alcohol markers. And so I'm going to try and do, I'll bring them back up, but I'm going to try to do one. I'm scared. I don't know if I should. I'm going to try. These are for my alcohol. I'm going to put my acrylic markers back. It might work better if you have acrylic paints. So that's just something you got to keep in mind. I'm going to go in my Johanna Basford book. And I have this page right here. And I'm going to try to put some stuff. Let me get a piece of paper to put behind here just in case. I don't think it'll go through. But I will put a piece of paper down here anyway. And I'm going to try to do around here. And I'm going to use these 4 colors that I chose. Put all this away. And I even have a baggie that has some texture on it. So let me try that quick first. Sorry about this. I totally forgot about that baggie until I went to go grab one. Let me see what happens when we do. I'm going to put the super tips on the other side of this one. With this strange colors. I'm just going to do the yellow and the orange on here and see what happens. I'm going to spritz it. And then I'm going to flip it. Just flip it. Now I'm not even going to put my hand in there. I'm going to see what kind of... And I'm just going to press down on it. I'm not going to smush it with my hands. And it's really not doing anything different with this pattern. It kinda, let me see if we get anything over here. Well, no, it's just the same old, so it's no different if you have a patterned one or not. I wonder, I don't know what bubble wrap would do. Bubble wrap would probably be interesting also, which I do not have any of, so I wasn't able to do. Maybe I'll try that next week. I can do this technique next week and use bubble wrap. But anyway, I'm going to try to put some kind of background and hold my breath while I do it and see what we can come up with. I got this book. Can you imagine this? Let me just tell you how much I paid for this book. I got it at a thrift store. Now, some things were already colored. I think it was just this book. This page was actually just colored. And I got it for 50 cents. 50 cents, a Johanna Basford book. Unreal. Anyway, something just went flying off my table. Okay, so I have my baggie here. And I am going to you know what, I think I like the other one better because it's stiffer. Ugh. Stuck my hand in some. So I'm just going to use this one because it's easy for me to just flip it over. So I'm going to use that one. And I want some greens because this is a jungle one. So I'm just going to put some greens on here. And some blues. Yellows. I kind of overlap them a little bit. I don't want to get that on my other marker, so I'm just going to put it close. I'm going to give it a quick spritz. Really activate those colors. And then I'm going to flip it over in my book. Is everybody as nervous as I am right at this moment? Oh, look what happened. Crapola. I got it from the other book, from the other one. And I'm going to go like right here. And up here. And I'm just going to smush it. I'm just going to give it a smushy background. It's okay. I only pay 50 cents for this book and it's just fine with me. I don't, I'm not going to cry over it. And I'm just going to smush it. It's a little different. Went through the other side a little bit. I guess you get to worry about how much water you put on here. We'll just try it again. And I'm just going to go around the outside. I know, you know what I should have did? Put masking fluid on here. That's what I should have done. And I didn't. So that's my fault. Plus, I flipped this over forgetting that I had some on the other side. So, I got to figure out which side has the paint on it. This way. or the markers. Sprit's coming, sprit's coming, sprit's coming. I didn't put as much water on that one. That one has some texture to it. Try to get all this off of here. I am probably not doing this right. Like I said, I totally do not know what happened to that video I watched, but this is how I figured on doing it. I'm sure there's a way. I'm using the textured one. I'm sure the smooth one will work better. I'll do this one at the top. So let me turn my book around. And this is why I do some things like this, because that way you're not ruining your book and you can figure out whether or not you want to do this. But you know, it's fine with me if it turned out like this. I can go back over, and I have white acrylic. I can go over and get into those nooks and crannies, and I'm going to try to put something over here. I'm not going to make a very big area. Get the blue on there, the orange here, yellow, and green. I didn't do a big spot, so you know what I want to try? I'm not even going to spritz water on it. I want to see what happens. I'm just going to see what happens if I don't spritz water on it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm glad I tried that. That's different. That is totally different. That's a totally different background. And it cleaned off my baggie too. That is, I'm glad I attempted that. So now you know that you can get that effect. It's like a scribbly effect almost. Let's see if there's any more on here. But look at that. That's a different effect. Now I'm going to do it like I was planning on doing it before I decided to stop what I was doing and experiment with something. One more, and then we'll see what happens. That's pretty cool, different. Cool and different. A little bit of waddy. I'm just going to probably do one spritz. Okay, I lied. Two. Alright, now I'm going to put this right here and go mush it around. And that's the effect. See, that one looked prettier. I'm liking that it doesn't have any texture at all. These down here have texture. This one doesn't have texture. So let me get that all together in there for you. There, has no texture. It's just a splotch. These are no water, and it just made from the way I scribbled it, turned it over and put it on there, and it had that effect. So there's an idea for you. I mean, it's not expensive. Might already have plastic baggies or saran wrap, and you'll probably already have some markers. Super tips aren't that bad. We know alcohol marker was kind of a flop, and don't use textured bags, because if you can, if you want to, but obviously it doesn't really do too much. And so the super tips and the alcohol markers seem to be the way to go. And I will try to finish this page in some way, form, or fashion. And I don't even mind that this got funky looking. It's just the title page. I'm not gonna cry over it. It's something I wanted to do, something I experimented with. And your best bet is to also, lesson learned here, do masking fluid if you have it, or cover this somehow. If you don't have it, somehow cover this and have fun with your background. I hope you had some inspiration again today, and I hope you try it. Even if it's not something you would normally try, it's always fun every now and then to think outside the box, step outside your comfort zone, and just go for it. And I think I'm going to be using this more often, but not with multiple colors. I will probably could use it with one color. Especially in my horror books, if I just take the red and do that, it's going to look like, I know, I'm creepy. Blood splatter. But I think I would, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if that's what it looks like. Let me get a red super tip out of here. I'm just going to grab one. And grab this guy right here. Oh, no, that one's got other stuff on here. I had quite a few over here waiting in the wings for their turn. But I'm just going to... Remember, we're not using water for this. So I want to see what this looks like. If this looks like blood splatter or not. Okay, let's turn it over and see what magic we got. Spritz it down. Peel it off. Look at that. I think I could use that. Yep, that's my plan. So you might see these in some of my finished pages this year. But I always like to try something different. Something not tried before. I mean, this has been tried before, but it's just not been tried this way. I haven't seen it where you just... So you could even just do little spots here and there. You know what? I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be looking for pages to do this in. I'm just going to do a little spot here. A little spot there. Just randomly. Blood splatter. I know. I'm weird. I can't help it. But there you go. There's your ideas for backgrounds. Super tips. Alcohol markers. These are the two that really are colorful and easy. So do with it what you may. I just did it real quick to see what would happen. I really didn't take the time to get really in there. This is the acrylic. If you want a subtle background, I guess acrylic would be the way to go. It's very light, but it's there. And a whole new idea on this. That's pretty different. I like that. So there you have it. We have another backgrounds on a budget in the books, literally in the books, and hopefully, like I said before, it inspired you to try it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't, if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much. And hopefully you'll like the content and come back for more. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative, stay colorful, stay a little creepy. It's okay now and then, you know, it never hurts anything. And stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.